Yo, what is good, y'all? My name is A Sincere, Young City, your boy out here. We're just gonna get right into it. Right in front of me, we got my boy
What up?
Key. What's good, bro?
What's good?
We'll touch base. we'll touch base on that. We're going by Key. Across from me, my brother Skywalker Mike. What's good, bro? Boys, it is the summertime.
Yes, it is the summertime. We actually hit a summer break before the summer, if you didn't notice. But it was good.
No one noticed.
Yeah, nobody noticed. It's,
Nah,
it's okay.
just
It's
our
not
diehard
like
fans.
anything great really came out.
We're here to talk about so many movies.
Yes.
So many
because
movies.
The summer has jumped off.
Not only that, but just in our lives. It's been a pretty productive month and a half.
It's a summer renaissance.
Yeah. I think that
in all aspects.
Renaissance.
I'm with you on that. It was really cool because, I think Multiverse of Madness kind of kicked it off. It was a big event. Everybody was talking about it. And then they started dropping movies.
We got hit with tons of incursions.
Yeah, tons of incursions. And now we got movies worth talking that drop pretty much every week since then. So we have been watching. We've been reacting. We've been looking at trailers. Looking at all the controversy and all the director's notes and the interviews.
Laughing at Twitter threads.
Absolutely.
Rumors.
And a bunch of rumors.
It's everywhere. It's everything.
And we are here to talk about all of it. So this is episode 69 of the Soundflick podcast.
We're almost to 100, boys.
Almost.
Love it.
Almost.
31 left.
So in this episode, we're going to talk about, we saw Top Gun Maverick. We saw Jurassic World Dominion. We saw Hustle on Netflix, which was a surprise movie, Adam Sandler. We saw Black Phone with Ethan Hawke, which has been delayed. So we were definitely waiting for that movie.
It was delayed since 2020 or 2019?
I think it was 2020.
2020?
Yeah, I think it was 2020. So another pandemic movie. I think all these movies that are coming out are still pandemic movies. Yeah. So it's really interesting to see what they filmed during that time.
Right.
And we also have Men, which was a surprising A24 film that came out after their phenomenal Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Don't forget about the Bob's Burgers movie.
Oh yeah, of course, Bob's Burgers, which is another entry into the animated TV show turned movie category with The Simpsons.
Love to see it, bro. Love to see it.
It's part of the Burgerverse. Do they got a Burgerverse in that movie or what?
No.
Who would be in the Burgerverse? What other cartoons?
SpongeBob.
Yeah, hey, you're right. You're right.
We got SpongeBob. We got, I don't know who else does burgers like that in cartoons.
Burgers.
Bob's Burgers.
Who eats burgers?
I mean, technically, The Simpsons because of the Krusty Burger. No.
Sure.
Yeah. We'll put The Simpsons in there.
Those
There's
are
a
some
Family
good
Guy
cartoons.
episode where Peter eats too many
it's not
burgers and he
enough.
has a stroke.
not good
Yeah,
enough.
not enough.
No,
that's not enough.
that's
I'd
fair.
probably put King of the Hill there with
The
with the
propane,
propane
with the
because he's always
propane.
grilling.
Barbecuing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is propane cheating while barbecuing?
That's a good question.
Skywalker, you went to culinary school.
It is not cheating if it comes out good.
Oh, that's fair.
That's the determining factor.
If it came out good, if it didn't come out good, you cheated
Oh man,
for sure.
I feel that. Well, Bob's Burgers was an interesting show to go into a movie. I know that.
Yeah.
Saying you were pretty excited when this was announced.
Yeah, it's just one of my favorite animated series, especially because it's been on Fox for at least over a decade. I think it was early 2010. If not,
and it's one of those cartoons that has no real story.
Yeah, just like any of the shows that were on Fox. Not only that, but for being on Fox for so long and to not get canceled, is always a big thing in itself. I'm not sure if you guys remember. Let's see. Do you guys remember the
Cleveland show?
There's the Cleveland show, but they tried to do a Napoleon Dynamite cartoon.
I don't remember that.
Fox tried to do a Napoleon Dynamite cartoon, bro.
Jeez.
They brought back the original cast and everything.
Oh wow!
And it didn't make it past season 1.
Yeah, because Napoleon Dynamite is like a novelty. I don't think people want to keep
a movie to
getting
show
it.
is different.
And especially and then Family Guy hasn't even gotten a movie yet. American Dad, if you want to throw an American Dad in the conversation.
I could see American Dad getting a movie because there's Dad is a secret agent or CIA agent. So
I was actually saying I'm surprised that it didn't get a movie before Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
I think there's
With
just
you on
not.
that.
Well, because if American Dad gets
On
one, then
that
that
trail.
means Family Guy would have to get one.
Yeah, but
Well,
I mean,
Family Guy should have got one a long time ago.
that is true. That is true. But I feel like it's really difficult because do you just mimic the formula of the show to create the movie, or like now you have to kind of establish some lore? And I feel like
Right.
that's what they did with Bob's Burgers. How'd you feel about the story that they decided to tell for this particular movie?
Yeah, are we spoiling? I just need to know.
Yeah.
Okay,
fine. It's
assuming y'all should have
Bob's
seen it
Burgers.
Just
already.
your thoughts on it, you know.
Yeah, so the story exactly is just.
How'd you feel about it? Like,
Okay.
we don't have to break down the story, but just
Got
like,
you.
you know.
In case I spoil, just a heads up. But I loved it. I thought it was very on brand. There was musical numbers which I loved, just like in the show.
Nice.
So I have one of the only animated soundtracks I have on vinyl is the Bob's Burgers soundtrack.
On vinyl?
I have it on vinyl.
Do you think they'll come out with the movie soundtrack final?
I'm pretty sure. I wouldn't doubt it.
Did
They
it
already
have
have
any
it.
original music?
Oh yeah, it's all original songs in it.
Cool.
Aside from like the theme song.
Yeah.
It's all
Okay,
original
cool.
songs based around what they're going through in the movie.
And like the actors are singing the songs.
Ac-
pretty much, or
actors
the
singing
voice
the
actors.
songs. Mhm.
Yeah.
And then it's cool too because you get to see two sides of Bob's Burgers, which is the Bob's Burgers episodes that are led by the children, the kids, and then the ones that are led by Bob and his wife.
Those are the best episodes.
When they're led by the kids.
Yeah.
I think that's any animated cartoon because like I love Family Guy episodes that are just like
Brian
Stewie.
and Stewie?
Yeah, exactly. Brian and Stewie, or you get the ones that are just Bart and Lisa.
But it's funny because the Brian and Stewie ones usually have a musical number.
Hey man,
Yeah, because it's a baby and a dog. You gotta have them sing.
Those
What
are,
else you
they're
gonna
good
do?
musical numbers. They're
Yeah.
good. Seth
Yeah.
MacFarlane is good at singing.
so and Skywalker was able to get me into an early viewing
Oh,
because
yeah.
he's a shareholder.
Forgot about that.
So I saw it a week early,
That's dope.
and I was really, really excited about it.
Did you get any like merch? Did they give anything?
Nah,
out?
they didn't. It was kind of dead. It was on a Sunday and at the AMC in Riverside at Tyler.
It was like at 4, huh?
It was
4
at 6.
PM?
It was at 6. But my theater, it was one of the smaller theaters that probably fit only like 30 people. There's maybe only like 20 of us in there.
Oh, that's cool. At least it creates
Yeah,
like an
that's cool.
experience.
Exactly.
Everybody was laughing. Everybody laughed at the same time. Like whenever I laughed, somebody else was laughing with me. There was like no dead time. The movie was
Yeah.
Like you
wasn't-
got to see it with fans.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
People
that actually
like
enjoy
that.
Bob's Burgers.
that
So-
were like, I'm gonna put some time aside and watch this early.
And then
Yeah.
it just has classic one-liners, bro. Like, do you watch Bob's Burgers at all?
I don't watch it, but I did go and see the movie, and like I'm kind of familiar with some of the characters and like their the way that they, I guess, come off.
Yeah, bro. It's just like there's just one-liners said by Gene, the son, that are just like so comedic in the show, and they had so many of them in the movie. Like just to give you like a glimpse into it. Or there's like a organ that's in one of the rooms, right? Like a piano organ. And then the older guy who owns it, he's like, "Yeah, my sweet old organ." And then Gene's like, "Your penis." And then, but they say it like dumb quick, where like it's just like in the background. It's kind of like an ad lib, bro. He says it in the
Yeah.
background while something else is happening.
Yeah, nobody hears him. It's
Yeah.
just- yeah.
He's
There's-
just wilding out.
There was
Yeah,
at least
Gene
one
is
of those,
wild.
bro. Like every 5 minutes of the movie, it was the funniest. Yeah,
In my movie experience, there were some people laughing, but I thought it was gonna be more funny than it was. I guess that's probably why I don't watch the show. But I thought it was cool. I think
Show's
it's like
hilarious.
it's the second daughter with the pink hat.
yeah, Luis.
Yeah, Luis. And I liked how they kind of gave an origin story to her just character design because
Yeah.
there's probably no reason why she has a pink hat. They just drew her like that when
Yeah.
they were creating her. But I like that they're kind of established that. It reminded me of the Simpsons film when they had Maggie talk for the first time.
Yeah.
And it was like that was the big thing about the movie is
Yeah.
like, oh, well, that's where you heard Maggie talk. And you've always wanted to know when Maggie would talk. So
I thought the big thing in the Simpsons movie was them showing an animated penis. Remember how that was a
yeah,
whole?
with Bart.
Yeah, there was a whole like
Yeah.
uproar about it.
I mean,
Yeah, that
South
was
Park
funny.
has done it too, I think.
Yeah, but I mean,
And
you're
South
right.
Park just had a movie that came out too. It's actually called South Park Streaming Wars.
No way.
It's
Yeah.
a
They
yeah,
owe us money.
They do.
They
It's
totally
funny.
owe us money.
but
Hey, South Park, if the creators of South Park are listening, just cut us a check.
Yeah, come on, we're not asking for
just to
much.
throw that in there, the streaming wars is actually about water.
Yeah.
so-
oh, okay, that
Okay.
makes sense.
They're gonna get out of the lawsuit because it's
Why
about
are you
water.
defending them? Whose side are you on, bro?
Oh,
I'm
so
I'm trying to save us the time and the money.
You know what it's about?
Yeah, I
The
watched
movie?
it.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
watched it.
I just heard about it like the other day because I was looking at Bob's Burgers and it just came up. I was like, oh, I did not know about that.
Yeah, it's on HBO Max.
It's not about what it is about. It's about what you can prove in court.
Yeah.
you're right. It's not like a death trial. It doesn't be was it beyond a reasonable doubt? It just has to be like.
Just kind of has to be
You're
a
right.
little
Hey, yo,
gray.
South Park, we coming for your head.
We might
boy.
get a civil suit in, you know? Yeah.
We coming for your head, boy. But aside from that, could be a hot take, could not be a hot take. This is my favorite animated cartoon put into a movie.
Really?
Better than the Simpsons movie.
You think it's recency bias? Like, did you just watch the Simpsons movie?
I watched the Simpsons movie before I went to go watch it, and I watched the SpongeBob movie to throw that in there.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
All right,
That's-
all right.
Those are two good animated movies. Also.
Yeah, Bob's Burgers movie is hands down my favorite cartoon TV show turned into a movie.
What would you rate it?
I gave it an 8.8.
8.8?
8.8.
Give it 8.8.
What about you, Skywalker? Do you have any takes on Bob's Burgers?
Oh, I love Bob's Burgers. Every now and again, I'll go to Hulu and I'll just put a random. I literally scroll through and I'll just press X and whatever it lands on, I'll just watch it. It's like I said, there's no real story to it, so you could really jump through all the seasons and stuff. There's nothing that's gonna be too reoccurring, and if there is, it's just like a little joke or something. But it's pretty hilarious. I remember one time I was at a friend's house and we just put it on play and it just kept playing. It was hilarious. We fell asleep to it and then woke up to it and
It's just a comfort show.
pretty hilarious.
And then
show.
again, the I know the comedy doesn't hit with all people, so it's definitely like if you're a fan, like you feel like a big part of something.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I do want to see it in theaters.
Oh, you better go quick because
What,
they only have a few showings.
Would you
That's
rate it
cool.
at, Narik?
What do I rate it?
Mm-hmm. Given also, I know like you don't watch Bob's Burgers like that.
Yeah, I don't really watch it
Yeah.
like that. I mean, I was just in it for the movie. I mean, I don't want to sound harsh or anything like that, but you know, I give it like a 6. You know, I give it a 6. Like it was cool. Like there were a couple times where I was like, haha, you know, but nothing that like made me belly over laugh or be like,
Nah,
yo, this is like super
Bob's
guts
Burgers
or
is not
anything
really
like
Yeah,
that.
they don't
like
really
that.
do the. I don't want to call it outlandish comedy, but they don't do like the comedy that's like you're gonna have that quotable at all times.
Yeah, like I kind of like smart comedy. Like I like the timing, like what you guys were saying about Gene. He definitely had some interesting timing and ad libs within the movie, which was dope. And I like the story. You know, it's just a dad trying to provide. Man, like it just sucks. Like
Yeah.
you know,
And you gave a
it
dad
was
trying to
just-
provide for his children a 6.
Now you make me feel bad.
cool.
Yeah, you know, it was cool. It was cool. I think that more shows should become, you know, movies. I feel like that should be the easiest kind of thing to make because you're already animating the show.
Yeah.
Like you're just and I may be ignorant here, but I just feel like you're just animating a little bit cleaner, a little bit crisper.
Yeah.
And
I love when
for
they
an
turn,
hour and a half.
Yeah, I love when they turn the animated shows semi 3D.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
it just makes you feel some type of way.
I think the thing about animated shows to movies is when it's an animated show, there's detail in there, but there's less detail than there would be in a movie. So you
Exactly.
need a whole
Right.
new department for the details. Like for Bob's Burgers, Family Guy, Simpsons, they have a department that does all the shadows. But when those shows first came out, there was no shadow work, and it was just plain.
It's very flat.
because they were like, we don't have the budget to write an
that's
extra
interesting.
panel of just a shadow.
Yeah.
You know, it costs us more money, and because it's double the frames. You know.
Okay.
So when it turns movies into a movie, it's like, all right, we have the budget. We can hire a whole department to just do the shadow work.
Brought on those songwriters
That's
too,
dope.
man.
Songwriters.
Yeah. Oh, that's dope. See, I didn't know that. I didn't know. So I guess it is a little bit more difficult, but I feel
little
like
bit.
if you can pull it off, like if you can make it cost effective, I feel like more shows should be coming out with movies almost like yearly. You know, like that's just like
Yeah.
good bang for your buck. I feel like everyone's gonna go and try and see this next continuation, especially if it informs like your next season of your shows. I don't know, just take the Marvel formula and do it, but with your animated shows because you're
Yeah.
already making
Yeah, the
them.
Burgerverse. Come on, it's easy.
Yeah, so ultimately, if y'all
Full
are
circle.
listening, after Narik learned everything that went on in these movies, he still gave it a 6.
6. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. I forgive you. I'm just gonna buy you all things Bob's Burgers from here on out.
Yeah, I dig it. I dig it. Didn't you dress up as a burger for Halloween?
I was Gene for 2 years in a row. Once because I found the burger costume at Hot Topic, and then the second year I didn't want to redo a costume, so I just wore a yellow shirt with the
Damn, when was the last time you were in Hot Topic?
pre-pandemic.
No, you
2019, dog.
frequent it. I haven't been to Hot Topic in a while. I remember you know, that they tried to be all cool. They had a little graffiti on the on the thing that you pull down, so it looks like a warehouse door.
They try to be
all
Spencer's.
different.
They try to be Spencer's low key.
Yeah.
They're like, we're a sober Spencer's.
You just get like
Sober
random
Spencers.
knickknacks over at
Oh, bro,
Hot
that's basically what Box Lunch turned into. But also, they're owned by the same company. Fun fact.
Interesting.
So all the random knickknacks now are now at Box Lunch, and then Hot Topic is more like, you know what you're going for.
Yeah. I
that
went
makes
in there
sense.
and I got I didn't get it, but I saw some pretty cool like Jurassic Park button ups. You know, like that has like the Mercedes Benz
Oh, that's
Jeeps,
nice.
like Mercedes Benz Jeeps. Listen to me, just the Mercedes Benz SUVs, like kind of all over it with like the logo, and so I thought it was pretty tight. And I was like, okay, I might cop that and wear it to watch Jurassic Park.
Or Jurassic World.
It was Jurassic World, but you know I'm older, so Jurassic Park.
He's an old head.
It's a OG.
This off topic. Do you have a random piece of like memorabilia from any show or movie that you really, really love?
I have the little eyes from Everything All at Once. That made me really happy to have a little
I have
package
that.
of that.
I have it's somebody gave it to me. It's like the cat from Captain Marvel.
Oh, that's dope.
It's like a bobblehead and it has the Tesseract in its mouth
Oh, that's sick,
with the tongue coming out.
bro.
It's pretty fire.
I got the when they did them, the collector's editions of like all the phases. So like the Phase 1 collector's edition that came in the Shield briefcase with the
I remember.
Tesseract.
Yeah.
And then I got the second one, which was Phase 2, and it has the Power Stone like
Nice.
container as it, right? And I thought for sure Phase 3 was gonna be the Infinity Gauntlet. They never made it. So now I just have like an incomplete set
Yeah.
of the Marvel movies, and
That's
it makes
worth
me mad.
probably something.
Probably, but like I
Imagine
feel
all
like
together though.
yeah, man, all three. I would have put them in a display case. Like it would have been dope. But
I have a Bob's Burgers version of Clue.
That's pretty cool.
oh, that's actually really cool.
I got
I'm down to
that.
play that. You should.
I have that in the
We'll
Office
just-
version
we'll
of Clue.
just do
I love
a-
Clue, bro. Nobody likes Clue, and I'm here to like say like Clue is one of the most fire games in the
Clue's a
world.
fire
Do
game.
people live stream board games?
Do you want to start?
I think we just came up on something.
That might be something. We
Jam
might have
Cam,
to do
you
that.
write this down, please, and mark us in for next Tuesday.
Okay. Jam Cam's shaking his head like, yeah, people do that. So we got to do it better.
Oh, okay. Well, I'd still be.
I don't want to plug them.
One
I won't
day.
say the name, but there is a shop in downtown Redlands, where they sell nothing but board games, and just tons
Tight.
of random board games that you could find.
There's
So we'll go
there's a
through and scope
dude
through it
on,
together.
Like TikTok and Instagram that just buys board games and he'll play them and show people how to play.
Well,
'em.
they're like a whole community. I did a show called PAX Unplugged in Philadelphia last year.
like PAX East, like that PAX.
Yeah.
nice.
Like PAX East. Yeah. PAX and PAX Unplugged was for all of the
Unplugged, yeah.
yeah,
Board games.
yeah, all
That's
the,
kind of
all the board
hilarious.
games, and it was
The non-digital stuff, basically.
pretty much. And
So basically, for anybody 28 and up,
nah, bro, it was you had some youngsters that were there,
Yeah.
you had older people that
The
were there. People were
youngsters.
creating brand new board games. It was fascinating. I just didn't know that community existed, and I played like some really cool games that. You know, you're learning the rules right there and there, and you're like trying to do it. So I wasn't very good, but it was just cool that people are still coming up with ways to have a board game.
I thought Target had the most fire selection for board games, bro. But there's some places that have some heaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Target's like the go-to of it if you don't know where to look. But
if I can figure out how to emulate what Target does, where you walk in and you want to spend $20 and you spend $120 instead, if I could emulate that to
the
like my
layout.
shows and my merch and what I do as an artist,
Yeah, I feel.
I'd be out of here.
well, one thing that you should do, or I would think, is just Target has you like you were saying, Skywalker, the layout. So you got to have a layout. So when you throw your show, you know, as soon as they walk in, you got to hit them with something. When they make a left, you got to hit them with something. When they make a right, you got to hit them
sound
with
like
something.
cold brew, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Exactly. You know, you have all your different
We gonna
types of
figure it
merch and then
out.
your show, and you know,
Support your boy.
you can do it,
But
man.
yeah, we out here. We learning something new every day.
I support you,
That's
bro.
what matters.
what color uniforms would you have people there to be immersive? Would you do the
Like
yellow?
if I were to have like a pop up experience,
Yeah,
yellow, black and yellow,
I could see that.
just Khalifa.
Black, yellow, or green. Throw in some green.
Okay.
You actually no. I would have a pop up flower shop and have everybody dressed up like florists.
I was actually thinking that. In my head.
What came to my head is that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air episode where he dressed up as Sunflower. Everybody
fire.
walking around like that.
I'd be down. Now I know what I'm gonna do for Halloween.
There you go.
That's a good one.
Speaking of that, I figured out my Halloween costume for this year, which kind of leads into our next movie.
Okay.
Which
What
one?
is it?
So Top Gun Maverick just came out, sequel to original Top Gun. Cool. I think I'm gonna dress up like Tom Cruise, like with the fighter suit, with the aviators, and I'm gonna hold a helmet, but the helmet's gonna be playing Danger Zone.
So the helmet's going to be like a
speaker.
A speaker? That's pretty hard. That's pretty hard.
So I'll be a fighter pilot.
I think
Okay.
that song was made specifically for Top Gun.
Oh, really?
Danger Zone, yeah. Right, Danger Zone is what it's called.
Yeah.
I remember looking it up with my homies because I wasn't sure. I was like, did that song come out before or was it for the movie? And yeah, it was made for the movie.
So is Top Gun Maverick the surprise movie this year or no?
No. Everything Everywhere All
But
at Once is
it
a
was
surprise movie
surprising.
of the year so
it was
far.
surprising.
So far that
we'll,
it's
we'll save that. But
I would say it was surprisingly good, but it had the advertising back. Like we anticipated,
it had the backing behind
maybe
it.
being good.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
So,
I definitely understand why they didn't want it to go to streaming. Like,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
they wanted that
This is a
thing
good
in
one.
theaters. It was great to see in
This
theaters.
movie made me feel how I felt when I watched Ford versus Ferrari,
Yes, agreed.
and I loved it just as
Agreed.
equally. You
Yep.
know, so
Yep.
I don't know, something about Top Gun Maverick. Like I was on the edge of my seat.
Yeah. No
It was a
downtime.
very entertaining and fun
Suspenseful.
movie.
It was a great experience,
and
bro.
it could have gone left. You know, it was very easily
Yeah.
could have gone left, but they like the way it started off with the kind of 80s action movie, but like updated montage, and I was like, okay, I think that they're really gonna get to it in this movie.
Yeah.
You know? And
They kind of jumped right in without jumping in.
With that stealth plane,
Yeah.
that was
The whole Mach 10
Sick,
scene, bro.
Yes.
Nuts.
and he
Yes.
pushed it past. Oh.
Yes.
It felt like a Mission Impossible movie,
Yeah.
bro.
At first,
Yeah,
I
the
was
way
like,
that
is
they were
this
shooting
Mission
it.
Impossible? And then it just downgrades from that. Not downgrades
Yeah.
in a bad way, but
Yeah.
yeah, just the way his story goes, he just has
It
to.
was wild.
I feel like it's one of those
Go different path.
instances where the category of film that it was fit. Like the way it was shot and the new things that you would add to a film like that if you shot it today,
Yeah.
they nailed. Like they nailed it all right. And it could have been just shot like a regular blockbuster popcorn flick, but it kind of had
Which is
this
what I was expecting.
That's what I was
Yeah.
expecting too. So I was gonna be like, okay, how cheesy is this gonna be? He's gonna have some one-liners, whatever. Like some of it will be dope, but some of it. But then they kind of shot it like an artsy movie almost.
It was shot
you know? And that's what made it
beautifully.
sick.
The color correction.
The color correction, yes.
Super
was great.
fire. It felt like I was in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're listening to this and you're not from San Diego or not from SoCal like us, like it did it so much justice without like forcing
Yeah.
it on your throat that they were in
and
San
I mean,
Diego.
the original is a classic.
Yep.
So, I mean, people were gonna come see this anyways, whether they probably thought it was gonna be good or not, because it's a generational movie.
Yeah.
So really, I was just like, it can only get better.
Yeah.
The way it was shot, acting. Obviously, Tom Cruise 40 years later, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then you're getting a whole new cast, a whole new generation of actors coming in to play other characters or other new characters, which I thought was really well done. The cast
Shout out
decisions
Miles
were
Teller,
great.
bro.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. They didn't overshadow, but they also weren't like just in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
everybody
they're-
got their shine. That was needed.
Yeah, it was like, it would have been difficult to get like that. I guess like the story, right? Like Miles Teller kind of fits because Miles Teller, he's in more artistic type of films, not necessarily blockbusters.
Right.
And so he was a good second. But if you would have got somebody like, I don't know, Tom Holland, right? to play him, it would have just been like, oh, it's gonna be one of those movies. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like the fact that they had
It was a
Miles
good
Teller
fit.
and
Miles-
they had homeboy who played Lawrence in Issa Rae's
Yeah. I know what you're
show,
talking
which
about.
I
That's
can't think
who
about
he
right now.
was.
Yeah.
I was like, where's this guy from?
Yeah, and they just had like other supporting characters that were enough. And then you got John Hamm, which fire.
Bro, that John Hamm role was like
It was dope.
classic John Hamm.
It's funny
Yeah.
because
like Mad Men.
I was just talking to my girlfriend like the day before. I forgot when we were watching, and I saw John Hamm's name pop up, and she's like, "Who's John Hamm?" I was like, "Oh, you don't know John Hamm?" And it's funny. Like the next day, I went to go see it, and he popped up. I was like,
That's
yeah,
John Hamm.
"The universe, the
Him.
universe
That's
is trying
him.
to tell me something." But no, the movie was done really well, and I didn't know how they were gonna do Iceman because I knew the actor's
Val
name-
Kilmer.
Val Kilmer.
I knew that he had lost his voice. He can't really speak no more. He can speak, but obviously
He
not
uses
to
like an
the
assistant
extent.
thing as
Yeah.
well.
So I was like, how are you going to do Top Gun without Iceman? You know, especially if he didn't die and his actor's still alive in modern days. So
The way they did it was really well.
yeah, it obviously it could have been done better, but it's not their fault. Like that was the best they could have did it given
Yeah.
the circumstances.
It was tasteful, where it was like we're gonna just write what actually happens into the movie. You
Yeah.
know, it's like he got sick but he was a beast though, and to make him where he's not like another pilot still,
Yeah.
but he
I
actually
did like
rose in
that.
the rank. It's just great narratively to make it make sense, and I think that writers are starting to understand that now. It's like it's better to include real world things in your movie of fake world to get us to really understand it.
Yeah.
And I think recently they did that with just a segue real quick. We'll come back to Top Gun. Is the Umbrella Academy season 3?
Oh, they did. I just saw that. I'm watching that show right now.
So you had
It wasn't an effortless transition, but it was still a
yeah,
good
yeah.
one.
Obviously, you have Elliot Page now, who before his transition,
Was
Ellen-
Ellen?
yeah,
Page.
was Ellen in
Juno, for those that don't know how to put the actor with the
exactly in the first 2 seasons, and then in this third season, he's Elliot, and they just kind of discuss it real quick amongst the family, but it wasn't like forced.
Yeah.
And then it's now part of the character, which I think is the best way every single time. Like, don't try
Yeah.
and
Shy away from
Yeah,
it.
don't try and shy away from it.
Well, because
Just
at
write
first, yeah, like you said, we get back to Top Gun. At first, that show, it started off with Ellen again, and I was like, oh, how are they gonna do this? It's gonna be Ellen the whole season. But yeah, it's a good transition. But yeah, like when movies do that or shows do that, just super, transparent about it. They're not trying to pull anything, or they could have easily not had Iceman and just had him how they had him, just as a picture frame, and like, oh yeah, he's busy,
in. Yeah.
Yeah.
doing his
Yeah.
government stuff.
Or they could have just put R.I.P. Iceman, and he just like looks longingly at the photo, and then that's it. And
Yeah.
that just
Yeah.
it would have been like,
yeah,
like, I get
'Cause
it,
It's
but
like you
why?
really left Val Kilmer out of this movie type.
Which I mean, do you guys think that there's hope now for
Batman? No.
No, not for Batman.
Obviously,
No.
Can you imagine him trying to have a Batman voice? No, it's not gonna work. We're not gonna make fun of him either.
Okay, you're right.
No, I was gonna say for Black Panther. With Chadwick, like
yeah, they could do that.
are they gonna write it in now where
They
like,
should. I mean,
or are
Yeah.
they gonna try and ignore it? I feel like you
They're gonna
might as well
ignore it.
just acknowledge it now.
I think they're gonna ignore it.
you
to
think
be
so?
honest.
Not to get too sidetracked, but I did remember reading an article after the whole Ryan Coogler incident at that bank. So later on in the article, they kind of talked to him about the movie since they were kind of already there talking to him about
Say,
it.
by the way,
Oh, by the way, yeah, he was on Black Panther.
It's kind of yeah, I know. But he kind of talked about they're going to address it, but not doing any CGI, not trying to do it in a corny way. Like he's
Yeah.
gonna die off screen as the Black Panther, or like again they can just CGI the Black Panther, and it doesn't necessarily have to be
I mean, they've already done it.
Yeah.
CGI the whole fight scene with Killmonger. And
yeah.
yeah.
So-
I mean, I don't think that we'll see his face, but I
Nah.
think that we'll see the character of Black Panther, and
T'Challa.
Black Panther will probably either go out on a mission or something like
it's so
that, and not
hard
come
to
back
kill
and get
the main
lost.
character.
Yeah.
in
If they pull
maybe
the,
the start of the movie.
I just thought of
Hey,
it.
Game of Thrones did it.
I just thought of it. If they pull a fucking
different.
multiverse Black Panther from another dimension, I'm gonna be pissed. But we'll leave it. We'll leave it. at that.
Again, but yeah,
They
you're
opened
right.
the door.
We're gonna be seeing it later on this year. Kevin Feige talked about that Marvel was going to have a Hall H presentation, so we're gonna most
Yeah,
likely
San
see
Diego
some
Comic Con,
new,
man.
Yeah, so we're most likely gonna see some new info regarding that. But seeing how they wrote in
Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer, I'm now a little bit more hopeful for. Hopefully, people are paying attention and just saying, if you have an actor, if you're doing these reboots or these requels or these sequels that are 20 years, 30 years down the line.
It's 40. This one was
40.
almost 40 years.
He used the term requel.
Yeah, it's
Let's go.
it was going to come up this episode.
My guy.
I'm so sick of you guys. Yeah, I mean, we have.
This one was a reboot.
This was. No, it wasn't. It was a sequel.
Well, yeah, but the movie took place.
It's not a reboot.
It's not a reboot.
No, it's not a reboot.
There was nothing. They had
A
to
reboot
revive
is
it.
no. A
reboot is the
Okay, so now we're introducing a new one. Revive. We got the Revive movie.
They had to revive it.
There's Revive. There's the Resurrection. There's the Third Day.
Yeah, we're not gonna argue about this.
No, man, it is not a reboot. It's a sequel because there's a timeline, and that timeline just happens to be 40 years. All right,
40 years.
Just want to say, I side with Norik. A reboot is the bum ass Fantastic Four we got with Miles Teller.
Isn't that a remake?
No. Damn it. We're not gonna go here. Yeah. No, we're not gonna go here.
But okay, before we move on from Top Gun, I have a question. Is this the best non-Marvel, non-superhero movie this year?
Of the year?
So just to throw in, I don't know if we're gonna add this into the equation of what we're about to say, but it did hit 100 billion. Oh, it's 100 billion.
Damn.
1 billion. Sorry, it hit 1 billion at the box office.
It broke 1
it
billion
broke 1
worldwide. Oh, good for Tom.
He got a bag.
Of the year. No,
So far,
I mean,
I
is
guess.
everything do you count that as a superhero movie?
That's a superhero
Sci-fi
movie. Yeah,
I think as far as a movie about realism,
Sure.
nothing
Nothing
supernatural or magical or anything
nothing
like
multiverse.
that. Yes, I think it is.
cool.
I just want to throw out also their budget was only 170 million.
Bro, they're
10 times that.
they're loving it. Whoever said, "Hey, do not release this until it goes to theaters," is calling everybody up saying,
my
"I told
God,
you."
I went to go see the movie, and I went to AMC, and the intro to AMC movies now is ridiculous. It's like almost 40 minutes of credits, and then I forget her name, the actor's name, walking through the theater.
Oh, Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, she got the bag for that.
And then it finally finished, and me and my friends were like, finally.
Yeah.
And then Tom Cruise comes up, and I'm like, God damn it. Just start
Get off the
movie.
screen, Tom.
Hey man, I
funny.
felt good though because he was like, "I'm glad you're here with me."
It's funny because I thought about the Family Guy episode where he's in the theater and he's like, finally. And then it's another like production screen.
Oh yeah, how deceiving they are.
Yeah,
It's like, oh
so-
cool, you think it's the movie? Finally. And then it's just
And
on
then
the
it's-
production
yeah,
company.
production
Yeah,
company,
that's
so
fire.
Yeah,
we
I
need to
like
stop
that.
It's been long enough. All right, we're back.
So I
Yeah,
think
we're
it
back.
is the best non-Disney, non-superhero, non-magical, like realism,
Yeah, it's a
like
realism,
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time that you thought that the movie was going to only give so much, it gave a little extra. And that's what I really liked about it. Like
Yeah.
whether it was the montages and like, okay, well now you got to do these push-ups. Like that could have been a short scene.
Yeah.
But like the fact that they elongated it a little bit, it made
It just showed how much of a badass
Yeah, it just
that-
made you connect
that
with the
Maverick
character
really
a
is.
little
Well,
bit more.
so
yeah.
one thing me and Skywalker talked about on the way here is when we went to go watch Multiverse of Madness together.
Yeah.
You were upset that they showed that montage.
Oh, yeah.
Before the movie.
Yep.
So did that? I guess did the movie like make you forget about that and like you really just did you justice, or were you not? Were you still upset that they did that?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really upset that they did it in this movie. I feel like it fit,
Right.
And it was so dynamic how like it kept speeding up where it was like, oh, got you, and like all this stuff. It just
Yeah.
kept showing
Yeah.
how Maverick was a beast.
Yeah,
so
and like
I
you
liked
said,
it.
like the movie made us care about the characters.
Yeah.
Especially like the one part where the guy he goes into G-lock.
Yes.
And I'm like, this guy's about to die.
yeah.
But it's like always that close where it's like, okay, I do care about this character.
And they really did those stunts. Like that was
Yeah.
a
That's-
real G-lock, that happened.
That
And-
is insane. Just the fact that they got into those planes. Obviously, they didn't do all the plane work, but
yeah. And
hats off to them.
And I
That's
think
tough.
I said earlier, like when the movie was first brought up, I was like, "Oh yeah, Tom Cruise is gonna die. Like this is his send off."
Yeah.
And
I kind of thought he
again,
was too.
it gave
I
a
knew
little
he-
extra.
I knew he wasn't gonna die though. When he was at that chick, spoiler alert, by the way, if you didn't see the movie, when he was at that chick's house, and he was like, "I'll never leave you again," And I was like, "Man, he's
Nah,
not
bro,
dying."
that's like
No, that's
hinting that
literally
something-
the code for I'm
about
to
to
die.
get got.
No, but I knew they wouldn't kill him off. And then I thought they did kill him off, but I was like, he's
To be fair, bro,
See, like,
if
he's
I
too
was
much
in
of a
Tom Cruise's
badass.
position, I'd come back to Jennifer Connelly all the time. She's fire. She's still looking good.
I'm waiting
yeah,
for
I'm
Top
big fans.
Gun. What's the next one?
Top Gun
Rooster.
Miles Teller. The Rooster
His name
Crows.
is Rooster?
The Rooster Crows.
Good morning.
name is
Top
Rooster?
Gun. Good morning. Yeah,
Okay.
that's his
Top
his
Gun,
call sign.
top of the morning to
Well,
you.
I mean, I think
top of the morning. Top
I
of the
think they
morning,
might
top of-
do a,
Let's get the shit. Let's get.
or it might be Top Gun New Class, or something like that.
They
What is this,
better
X-Men?
not. They better not.
because
I-
it's Top Gun Maverick.
They better not though.
They were when it has a what is it called? The colons.
Yeah.
And there's a name after.
Yeah.
There's another movie
It's
coming.
gonna be Top Gun Squadron.
yeah. Exactly.
Air Squadron Max, like some
And
crazy.
it's possible if they're going on missions like
Top
they did in
Gun,
that
Dago.
movie. Dago. Oh my god.
Dago edition.
Um,
Oh man.
Instant classic or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a great addition to the franchise, especially with franchises wilding out
Who
with
knew
the
a
movies and
sequel?
reboots that they're doing.
Sequel.
Sequels?
reboot,
So you admit
remake,
it's a
whatever,
sequel, huh?
Would
You can't take it back now.
make an instant classic.
I mean,
When's the last sequel that was an instant classic?
Toy Story 2.
Tron,
I knew you were
Tron
gonna say
Legacy.
that. Tron Legacy, yeah.
For like the amount of time, for the
Yeah.
amount of time that's passed, and then they come out with another movie.
That's fair.
Or I would say,
And that one also had
Phantom
a
Menace.
colons, and it's a legacy. They were gonna do another one, but
that's true.
Back to the Future
This
2.
is like-
We'll see if Avatar 2 ends up following in its
The way
footsteps.
of the water.
Honestly, bro, even that trailer still makes me so hype every time I hear the 3 chords.
Oh yeah,
It gets me every
they
time.
didn't show anything in that trailer at all.
Quick score.
Of Top Gun?
Oh, I give it a 9.
9.2.
Solid 9. It was great. It was great.
It's
I love the stunts. I love how it kept you at the edge of the seat.
And it is a great standalone. You don't need to watch the first Top Gun to
Yeah,
watch this
no.
movie or
Even
enjoy
though there's
it.
a lot of good callbacks, if you do watch the original, it gives you that much more.
Great. Can we
Yeah.
play Great Balls of Fire after this episode?
I mean, you can play it in your car.
Nah, you're right.
All right.
Speaking of sequels, that
So we
weren't instant
I was just
classics.
gonna say, like, we had a good version of this, and then we have a bad version of this.
Yeah, we have a terrible
And
sequel.
we have another movie that came out in 1993 by the name of Jurassic Park, and now we have the
Jurassic World.
Jurassic World Dominion.
The end of the trilogy, the end of a franchise.
6 movies.
think there'll be another trilogy?
There better not be.
I feel like some franchises you just gotta leave alone, man. Like, you can't reinvent what's happening with Jurassic Park. Like, Jurassic Park
way-
needs a reboot.
yeah.
It doesn't need a sequel. It needs a reboot. Like, tell the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
story you told in 1993, but
Well, that's what we thought we were originally getting until the movie came out, and then it's an extension, right? We all thought it was going to be like a reboot.
well, I thought that it was an extension, but that was like a requel. Where it was like we're gonna still have some of the same characters from the first one. It's within
Yeah.
the continuity, but we're not gonna mention anything about what happened before in a way that like pushes the story. And they did that for 2 movies, and they were trash. And they were like,
Yeah.
okay, well, we need to bring the original cast
They
back for
should
this
have
one.
been brought the original cast.
Yeah.
back.
Exactly.
Other
But-
than Jeff Goldblum, which they did have in part 2.
Jeff Goldblum should have been in part 4, in part 5. Like, he wasn't in 3,
Yeah, he
but he
should have
should have
been
been
in
in
all of
3.
them.
He should have been in all of them. He should be the star of it. But I feel like, it failed when they tried to do Independence Day 2. That was
Yeah.
pretty trash. And because they just wrote off Will Smith. Oh, he just died. Like, fam, this dude saved the entire earth. He wouldn't just like
Yeah.
die like that, And the people who made Top Gun Maverick should have made Independence Day, but that's separate. I mean, they should have made Jurassic World Dominion also, because that movie was hot garbage, and I was really upset.
Dominion?
Yeah, Dominion was hot garbage, bro.
Big
It was hot
Basuda.
garbage.
Dookie.
That's funny.
Dinosaur Dookie.
It was, and it's probably gigantic. Stegosaurus Dookie. The one,
Which one's better? Do you like Dominion or Fallen Kingdom?
I didn't even see Fallen Kingdom.
And why'd you go watch?
Because
Dominion?
they cloned a person. Come on, man. What are we doing?
They
What
cloned
are
a
we
little
doing?
girl.
That's not it.
So I haven't seen Dominion, but I prepped myself. I saw Jurassic Parks, Jurassic World.
Well,
Me and
guess
my
what?
girlfriend-
You wasted your time,
No,
Scott.
no. Actually, wait. Give me a second, because I am actually still pretty hyped to see it. I've actually heard a lot of good things from people that I guess sometimes I feel like we can be a little overcritical, but I still understand where you guys are coming from because Fallen Kingdom was already like, when I watched it. You know, me and my girlfriend had never seen it. We saw it on HBO Max, so she loved it. I mean, she's like, because we saw Jurassic Park and she went home and she's like, yeah, for some reason I had to watch the rest, and I was like, cool, that's awesome. Now we can go watch Jurassic World Dominion, and we still haven't. We were, but you know, showings were late and whatever. So I was like, I'm not trying to stay till like 2 a.m. because the movie was long, right?
Yeah, it was pretty long. And the thing is that the way it was shot, it seemed like halfway through production. I mean, maybe they wanted to incorporate them the whole time, but it seemed like halfway they kind of decided like, oh, let's bring the old, you know, the original 3 back, because some of their shots that they did, or maybe it was reshoots that they kind of put in there, it seemed off. It seemed like that they were acting in front of a green screen, like where they just kind of put it together and the dialogue wasn't all that great. You know, I like that they factored in their own kind of story. It wasn't just like they were put in there to give wisdom about what happened before. They kind of had like try to tie up loose ends, basically, you know, not Dr. Malcolm, but because that's what's his name's character, but I forgot the doctor with the raptor claw. What's his name?
With the raptor claw. I don't wait.
The main dude,
he's
from Jurassic Park. Yeah, yeah.
You're talking about the
from the original one,
the original doctor.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about.
Okay, so him and the girl basically like they have a story like loose ends because a lot of people thought that they were supposed to like link up, and so like they have a story kind of exploring that within the movie, and then you have also Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard, I think is their name, and
she was a director, wasn't she, or producer or something like that?
She directed it, I believe.
She directed the movie?
I believe so.
Oh, she didn't do a good job. She didn't do a good job.
Hey, she was in the movie too. I always say this, like,
it's
if
difficult.
You're gonna direct a movie, you can't be in it.
But then John Krasinski, though, Quiet Place 2, he did that.
Yeah, I guess. Which one's Quiet Place? I kind of didn't like Quiet Place.
Oh no, she didn't, but she was a producer on it. She is a director though. It was directed by Colin Trevorrow.
Yeah, and Colin Trevorrow, he was going to do a Star Wars movie, which I read the script for, a Duel of Fates, that was supposed to be the movie after Last Jedi. And it's amazing because like that script, shout out to Imagine, because Imagine shot me that script.
Nice.
And I read it and I wish we got that Star Wars movie. But seeing him direct this Jurassic Park movie made me feel like maybe we shouldn't have gotten that Star Wars movie, because if it was going to look like this or flow like this, nah, it wasn't it.
Yeah, no, I get you. I mean, it's a dinosaur movie, man. Like,
exactly. Where are you going to take it?
Well, I like that it was, you know, it wasn't on an island anymore, because they did 5 movies on an island.
Yeah, I mean, they pretty much... So the premise of the film is that they brought back the dinosaurs so much that they now live among us.
Well, because in the second movie, somebody steals them off the island because the island's going to blow up. So they bring them to this mansion, and the guy starts auctioning off all the dinosaurs, and then eventually dinosaurs get released into the world.
Yeah, so they start off with like setting the stage of what has happened to our world now that dinosaurs just exist. Like, you know, they're interrupting construction sites, they're nesting on top of buildings. It's like all this stuff that's going on.
That sounds so cool, though.
Kind of.
I feel like this is what I've always wanted as Jurassic Park.
And they
just
could have
for it to escape.
Yeah, like they could have focused on that, but they already like went past it, where it's like we're living amongst them now. So we're gonna focus on a story that doesn't have anything to do with them living amongst us, but that's a normal thing, almost like Pokemon exist, you know, but they're dinosaurs. And then we're going to tell the story that we want to tell. Yeah. And it's like, I don't care about that. I care about what's going on with the dinosaurs and them living amongst us and what's happening. Like a
Godzilla type of movie.
Yeah, but they just kind of, they just did like a little montage of that, you know, different scenes and photos and instances and pranks and things like that involved that, you know, just like trying to make it real to us with in the social media age also. But nah, man.
Nah.
Nah.
Sheesh.
Nah. I didn't feel
The bringing back the OG characters didn't help it.
Bro,
didn't really help.
bringing back legacy characters
legacy
that we both know and told Narik about. It just didn't do it, bro. Like it was super underwhelming. There was a lot of original, like, so I went to Harkins to watch in Cinema One, the big theater there. Some dude pulled up in like his Jurassic Park Jeep. Dudes were wearing all the Jurassic Park, literally their shirts with the cargo shorts and the big old hats. People left that movie disappointed, bro.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah, it didn't really honor his fan base. It didn't honor the awe and like that. It's crazy because that film was such an achievement when it came out.
Yeah.
And it was
And
really
it looks hideous.
awe-inspiring. I know, but it's pretty awe-inspiring. You know, it kind of did something similar. I feel like to what Avatar did. You know, when it came out in 2009, where you're just like, I haven't seen this form of cinema before.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people were expecting them to remake that, and they just aren't able to. You know, it's not the right container. You know, to kind of put out that film. And it was just a stark contrast, especially after seeing Top Gun Maverick, and it's like, okay, this is the
Did it come out
standard.
the week after, or
Yeah, well, probably about like 2 weeks after, 3 weeks after, because Maverick was like end of May, and then I think Jurassic Park was like second week of June. But yeah, you know, they tried, but I think that they need to put that franchise to rest.
yeah, they might. It's possible. I mean, they might do a show.
If they bring,
It's funny. A lot of people said that the animated kids show on Netflix was better than the movie,
I bet. I mean, because
because they explore it a little bit more.
Yeah,
exactly. They can do a kids show. I think them doing an
kind of
animated
like
show
how
on
they
it
do
is
Star Wars episodes with like, you know, sometimes they show beasts. And
yeah.
kind of like I guess in the Bad Batch, you know how they have sometimes the
Yeah.
girl can interact with all the beasts and stuff.
Yeah,
That makes
they
sense.
they didn't show enough new dinosaurs like that
They
were
haven't been
informative.
shown.
Yeah, they haven't been shown before. Yeah,
What would you give it number wise, numerical?
4.
Sheesh.
I'll give it a 5, right in the middle.
Yeah,
There's some highlights I enjoyed, but you can't just depend on the chase scenes, bro.
Yeah, I feel like nowadays with these sequels, reboots, remakes, whatever you want to call them, like they try to parallel too much, and they end up remaking the whole scene with new characters.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, that's so cool, but I kind of wanted to see something new. You know, so and it happened. I mean, it's happening in Star Wars a lot.
it didn't really have an intensity.
I feel
It lacked
the
it lacked an
that
intensity.
Top Gun gave.
Yes,
Yeah, I feel you.
Top Gun gave intensity.
Which is weird because
Yeah.
Top Gun was planes and the other movies
Well, it was
about
intense, bro.
dinosaurs.
I know.
Were they going to be able to do the mission?
But the way that the sound was and everything was just
Even the threat in the movie, like the main purpose of the movie and what they're going through, even the threat or like the antagonists didn't feel like there was really a threat.
That's
feel you.
true. It
You know what I
didn't.
mean? It didn't. So, audience, do with that as you will,
get
but
that.
listen to your good friend Sincere.
Yeah,
Don't go watch it.
for sure.
Or if you have, I'm sorry. I'm right there with you.
Can't be as bad as Morbius.
No,
It's
no, no,
Morbin
no, no.
time.
It's Jurassic in time.
Hey, Nuri, did you, I was talking to Skywalker about this on the way. Did you see when someone trolled Tyrese about Morbius with the fake?
No, that sounds hilarious. He shouldn't be trolled.
So someone made a fake Martin Scorsese Twitter account and said, "I take back everything I said about superhero films. Morbius is a top tier movie."
No way. And Tyrese responded.
Tyrese took that tweet and posted it on Instagram.
Somebody understands great cinema.
Oh,
yeah,
he's
that's what he
bluffing.
said.
Oh my gosh, poor Tyrese.
He's by. I'll send you a link regarding it. And I'll post that on our page, audience. But
It's funny.
Tyrese has been in.
what
some
more
of-
do you
some of the-
want from him?
In some of the worst movies. I just wish. I mean,
Ejectocito, cuz.
I want him to do well. I really do.
Keep
But
it that way.
I don't know. Without the Transformers films, I don't know.
They should add dinosaurs to Fast and the Furious.
They could do that. They're gonna time
Fast
travel,
10.
bro.
What is it gonna be? 10 or 11? I don't even remember.
10.
It's gonna be 10.
Hey, look, man.
Fast X.
All those dinosaurs, they're a family.
Yeah, don't kill those dinosaurs.
You're gonna see Dom punch out a T-Rex for sure.
Sheesh.
He looked like
get-
a T-Rex.
Just get extra strength.
He got small arms.
Extra strength, you're gonna just sock out a T-Rex for sure.
So talking about franchises and talking about, I don't even know if this is a reboot or a requel or just like a.
I know. Yeah, no. I've. Yeah, go.
It's what it.
It's a
It's
spin-off.
it's
is
its
it
own
not?
category.
It's its own
Nah.
category. So if you guys don't know what I'm referring to, Lightyear just came out. So just the way it starts
Kind
off,
of a spin-off.
yeah. So the way it started off, basically before the movie started, there were words on
It's
the
a
screen.
prequel.
Prequel spin-off.
I was
It's
just gonna
not
say,
even, bro.
nah,
It's
it's a prequel. It's a prequel because it's the movie before the toy comes out that triggers.
Yeah,
Toy
so
Story.
basically, before the movie, it says in 1995, Andy received a toy based off of his favorite movie. This is that movie. So basically, it's like we're watching the movie that Andy was watching.
yeah.
I want to know
So it was like fourth wall break, kind of.
why.
But
They
what
went that
would have
route.
been? It is interesting that they went that route.
Because they could have just did a Lightyear movie without doing any of that.
Yeah.
Yes,
And it would have been fine, I think.
What I'm hoping though is like that they lean into it a little bit more, and I feel like that they didn't. But when I read that, I felt like, okay, well, that's cool. But then it got me thinking, like, dang, well, they didn't really promote it like that, and I wish that they did. Like, they should have had Buzz,
Well,
the actor, or like the actor
Yeah.
playing Buzz, do press about the Lightyear movie because that's the movie.
It would
that
have been funny
Andy's
because, like,
watching.
you know what?
I mean?
You know, at
Yeah.
the end of Toy Story where they have like the fake bloopers.
Yeah.
It would have been funny if they did like the actor coming out and doing a press run,
Exactly.
like we're actually releasing this toy.
Exactly.
yeah.
Like,
I know
that
exactly
would have
what you're
been
saying.
so. That would have
Because-
brought it all
Because
together.
Andy's
Yeah.
watching a movie, so that movie isn't real either. It's
Exactly.
Yeah.
it's a movie within a movie.
It's a movie within a movie, but they don't address that it's like a movie. Even if they showed like Andy like walking into a theater and like that's how the movie starts, like for us as well.
The thing
Yeah.
is, too, supposedly they had like posters of Andy watching the movie in the theater with all the toys, even though some of the toys didn't come out to like Toy Story 2. And
Yeah, it's ridiculous
And-
That's sloppy.
he actually didn't see it in the theaters. He saw it on VHS in Toy Story.
Yeah.
So it's
even
kinda like-
that, I don't think they necessarily said he saw it in theater, but yeah, either way, it could have
There's-
been just him
there's
in his
some-
room with the
there's-
TV
Yeah, there's
with like
just
Woody or
plot
something.
holes, you
They
know?
they could have tightened it up a little bit more.
I
Now,
just think they could have done away with that and just kind of did a kind of like a Wall-E movie, but Lightyear.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's what
Yes.
it looked like to me. Lightyear
Yes.
looked like Wall-E.
yeah.
I haven't seen Lightyear, but from all the trailers and videos I've seen, I'm like, this kind of reminds me
So
of
just to
Wall-E.
share,
They
when the
could have
tr-
just made it in the Pixar universe like
Yeah.
it was a continuation of Wall-E. Or
when
like
that
beyond
trailer, when the initial trailer dropped, me and Norik both said animated movie of the year.
Absolutely.
Like it looked
Absolutely.
crazy.
I
from the
mean, that trailer
It
was
looks
that
good.
trailer was so epic. I remember like
Bro, it's the equivalent. Remember when Cars 3 came out? Remember that trailer?
Yes.
Remember how
Oh,
good that
man.
trailer was for Cars 3?
It was beautiful.
And then Cars 3
captured
itself
everything.
was just like, oh.
Well, Cars 3 was the sequel that Cars 1 or that Cars 2 should have been.
You right.
You know, and like they bluffed because they were just like, let's just get more cars so we can sell more merchandise. How can we
Yeah.
do that? Okay, a world Grand Prix, but no, with secret agents. Like that was a bluff.
Yeah.
But I feel you on that because Cars 3 just like how epic and dark it just showed him going into an accident and that's it. And it was like, holy shit, like what's about to happen?
Yeah.
That's how Lightyear felt with Rocket Man playing in the background. But we didn't really know what the movie was going to be about, you know, like they didn't.
Yeah, just so
They
based
didn't
off of the trailer, the
reveal
synopsis was basically Buzz Lightyear is supposed to go into light speed and then he ends up time traveling instead of.
Yeah, they didn't really make that like well known. So like
The only thing
I
that
didn't-
hinted towards it was the fact that he was like Alicia. She's like, no, that was my grandmother. So that hinted to the fact that he jumped so far that it was her grandkid.
it seemed like to me it would have been better if that was revealed while watching the movie
Right,
instead of
rather
in
the
the trailer.
trailer.
But I'm sure that they probably encountered a lot of people not knowing what the movie was going to be about, and they got worried about no one going to go see it.
Well, it's
they
rough
were like,
because
"All
it's
right,
also
let's
a
show
kids
it."
movie, so you kind of have to be just very direct on what the premise is going to be in order to bring families in.
I feel like they were like split on this movie. Like,
Yep.
who do we cater to?
Yep. exactly.
Well, no,
They
only
didn't
that.
pick an audience and dedicate it to that and been like okay with whoever
Well,
comes after
they try
that.
to cater
try
to so
do
many
all of it.
audiences.
Yep.
Because me and Skywalker even talked about, we know people that refuse to end up going to watch the movie because there is a same-sex kiss in the movie.
Yeah, which was like a peck that didn't like.
It wasn't really
no
nothing. It
kind-
wasn't
it's
like a
literally
lip
like
kiss.
a montage.
Yeah, because
of,
I
like,
even
stuff
asked them
that's going
like
on.
if these characters weren't like in the I guess the promotion run, like said to be gay, like would it have mattered if it was just a same sex kiss, anyways?
No, I mean, well,
It was weird because I mean it was advertised and there was a talking point because they tried to take it out the movie, which made it even worse.
Even then, all it was it a? Do you remember the movie? If I remember correctly, it was just a kiss on the cheek.
no, they kissed on the lips.
Okay.
But the thing is, all right, guys, like. Anybody watch the movies? I'm sorry. We live in a world today where we are going to see this.
Yeah.
It's 2022.
It's coming.
It's not a big deal, and it's going to be in all kinds of period pieces. It's not just going to be in a movie from 2022 and
Right.
forward. Like they are going to throw this in because guess what? This was going on for years. It's just that it wasn't shown.
It's not like it's
yeah.
a agenda.
This has been a thing that's
like
been
these
there.
are people's lives. They've
Right.
lived this life for
Right.
decades, hundreds of years,
Yeah.
since probably the dawn of time.
Talk your shit.
Like
Yeah.
now we're going to see it in movies, and representation matters. So
Right.
it's going to be in there. Suck it up and deal with it. It's
Yeah.
not that big of a deal. It
Nah,
does
man,
not
you know
affect
what?
you. It
I'm
does not affect
uncomfortable.
your children. Your children are friends with people who identify
Yeah.
however they identify, and they're much more tolerant than we are.
Yeah.
So it's not a big deal. Don't have to, we're all people. It's these stories still need to be told.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree, and I don't think it should be a reason why people don't go watch the film. It doesn't change the fact that the film's still kind of mid, but we'll jump right into that. The movie was disappointing for me.
Does the movie
But-
so it doesn't hold like the same nostalgia?
Yeah. So
Toy Story
obviously, what kind of like I was
There were
talking. to you-
callbacks. There were some really cool callbacks. I personally liked.
I love it because the toy is based off of the movie. So if we're watching that movie, you're gonna get these slogans and these quotables and one-liners from Buzz
Got it.
Lightyear.
Yes.
Like what was the "You're mocking me, aren't you?"
Yeah, it
That was in the
great.
movie. Just
And what was really dope is that when he landed on the planet, he had the same monologue that Buzz made when he landed
when he
on the
landed
bed.
on the bed. Yeah.
And like, where he
Yeah,
jumped
I
up and
know.
down and he like described the floor, like he basically did the same thing. So
Yeah.
it was cool callbacks like that where it's like,
Nice.
okay, you're seeing Buzz's personality and Tom Hanks just accentuated that in Toy Story.
Tim
you know?
Allen.
Or Tim Allen. Sorry, not Tom Hanks. He was
That's the
Woody.
other guy.
Yeah, he's the other guy.
You think they'll make a Woody movie? Like
Nah,
They could though.
this? They could.
they could,
could.
but come on, man. We got Woody's Roundup in Toy Story 2.
I would like a Woody's Roundup show. That would be dope.
I would love a Woody's Roundup short.
I
Like
mean,
how they did the
yeah.
Disney shorts with Doug and whatnot on Disney
Actually,
Plus.
I remember when Disney Plus came out, I saw like all the Toy Story shorts that were on there, and I was like surprised how many there were.
With Molly?
Yeah, and then they had the Forky series.
Yeah, the fork.
I forgot
Those
about
are
that
good.
one.
I'm trash.
Yeah, I'm trash.
Yeah. Yep. So
That song is so hard. Remember the "Don't Throw Me Away" song? Trash.
I love that.
Soundboard.
I love that soundboard.
Yeah, it's still here.
With Lightyear, I liked the story that they were telling, and yeah, obviously Buzz goes so he keeps trying to get this Lightyear or this like reach light speed so that he can fix the ship that he actually ended up crashing on this planet.
Yes.
So he's like kind of driven by guilt a little bit, and that pushes him to keep trying and to keep trying and to keep trying. But every time he tries, the planet itself ages 4 years. So he just keeps doing it. And obviously it goes all the way to the point where the people that were working on it with him
The people that crash landed with him on that ship.
started dying off, and getting old. And he's like feeling guilty about that. And then he actually hits it, comes back, and like he went super far in time. Like
It was what, like another extra 30 years.
something like that, So and that's where he encounters one of his partner's daughters, granddaughter.
Shout out Kiki Palmer.
Yes, who shout out Kiki Palmer for sure. And her ragtag team, and it's like realizing that who he was kind of serving, like Star Command, his NASA, Star Command was like kind of, they've been changing their rules and their ideals while he's been doing this. So then he's kind of combating against that while trying to finish the mission and get him back home. But the movie does like kind of rely on that a lot. And I feel like once you get to a certain point, like you kind of just have to be like, all right, fam, like there's no point in finishing the mission.
Yeah.
Like they've started a new life here. Like it's, you might as well just live here. So I don't know if the story was strong enough. I feel like they should have just made like a Star Command, like the animated show. They should have just had like a mission like that kind of movie about him. But they didn't. So, it is what it is. But they introduced Zurg, which was awesome.
Awesome and underwhelming at the same time.
Yeah, they did the callback of, "Are you my father?" But it was like a tease. Again, back to not knowing which way to go. It seemed like that throughout the whole film because ultimately what they decided to use isn't fulfilling enough. But if you were going to go that route, you shouldn't have even shown like what. You shouldn't have even teased us.
Just a lot of uncertainties.
I think the thing with the Lightyear is, can you do a sequel giving the way you set it up? Because I feel like maybe they probably wanted to. I heard there was like cutscenes.
They could do a sequel because it could just be about Star Command now because there's a new Star Command by the end.
Well,
of the
not
movie.
only that, but like remember the cartoon Buzz Lightyear of Star Command?
Yeah,
like that was fire, and like being able to see the way Star Command operates and goes about stuff like that would be a fire live action show or another 3D show.
It was a really isolated movie. Like they really isolated on Buzz, and I feel like that they could have made it more of an ensemble movie with Buzz leading the way, and that would have made it a little bit more entertaining. But even on a bigger note, like I'm kind of worried with Pixar. Ever since Disney has been making Pixar style movies like Frozen, like Wreck-It Ralph, like all these things, Pixar's quality has been going down. I mean, and that scares me.
What movie did that start with, in your opinion?
I think that started with Wreck-It Ralph. The minute that Wreck-It Ralph came out and everyone was like, "Oh, it's a Pixar movie," and they were like, "Nah, it's a Disney movie," and I'm like, "Uh-oh."
I feel like
this is a concept that needs to be a Pixar movie.
I think the last was Coco a Pixar movie.
Yeah,
I feel like that was the last
like solid
really
good one. I agree.
I mean, Soul was good, but it went straight to Disney Plus.
Yeah. Soul,
and
yeah,
so many
Soul
did.
was
Turning
great.
Red straight to Disney Plus.
Yeah,
Luca, Encanto. I'm just like,
Encanto was just Disney. It's not Disney Pixar.
It's not okay,
but that's my point.
Yeah,
and the thing is, I feel like because we've talked about this before, like putting these Pixar movies straight to Disney Plus is hurting the value. Of the movie.
Yeah,
people are gonna be like, I'll watch it when I watch it because now it's on Disney.
Not only that, because the budget could
be
be potentially lower. You're not getting the fulfilling writers for these stories or enough people overviewing it.
What people like makes people care about Pixar movies is like you have to go to the theaters and see it.
It's just super well rounded. Everything's covered.
You want the experience, and then now it's like it's on Disney Plus. I'll put it on my list and I'll get to it.
Yeah,
to me, it definitely like Pixar's being lowered in value, but it's almost like the business itself is lowering its value. Like Disney, because they're making that type of animation, they've decided like, hey, we're gonna make the same type of animation that Pixar makes, but it'll just be a Disney movie. It takes away from a Pixar movie because now what makes a Pixar movie a Pixar movie?
Like years apart,
and we also knew based off of the animation, like this is going to be a Pixar movie. Like we're getting all of this together, and now that Disney's doing it, it's almost like if Coca-Cola owns Sprite, but if they made a Sprite Cola,
I think they do.
You know what I mean? And then like they put out a Sprite Cola and then all of a sudden it's smacking and they're like, all right, well, we don't need to drink Coke anymore because we have Sprite Cola. And it's like, but you own them, but you're not separating what you do so it's not as fire anymore. Yeah. And I'm worried because Pixar used to have the greatest stories within those animated films and they would bring things that you normally wouldn't be animated. And you'd make a great film out of it.
Their most original one recently is Turning Red.
Yeah, I heard Turning Red was great.
That was a good movie.
This is a great soundtrack, bro.
I haven't seen it,
Phineas wrote it.
And Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Phineas and Billy. I saw them perform like the theme song of
Coachella.
Coachella. Yeah, it was so dank.
Heard about that.
Nice.
All right. Well, what do you guys rate it?
I give it like a 6.5.
I'll give it a 7, just because I love Toy Story.
But it has nothing to do with Toy Story.
I don't care, it's
I don't
Buzz.
think
He's
that's
not a
like
toy in
He's
the
not
movie.
a toy. Like it has nothing to do with Toy Story. I know like a lot of people, for better or for worse, like people are like, oh, you know, I love it because I love Toy Story, and it's like, well, but it has nothing to do with Toy Story. And then
Yeah.
people are like, I hate it because it has nothing to do with Toy Story, and it's like, well, of course it doesn't have anything to do with
Yeah.
Toy Story. It's about Buzz Lightyear. You
Fine,
know?
I give it a 6.
Yeah.
All right.
It's-
And
it's-
I
yeah.
probably won't see this till it's Disney Plus, which is, surprising because all these movies, Pixar movies, straight to Disney Plus, straight to Disney Plus. Straight
Yeah.
to Lightyear.
Yeah, I mean they were counting on it, and it didn't.
Yeah. They shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah,
Like
they
I
did.
said, they didn't hype themselves up, especially the formula they were going with their past Pixar movies that just came out. Obviously, people aren't going to care that much anymore because people are like, "Oh, this one might come out Disney Plus." Oh, it didn't. I might go. Watch it.
Unfortunately, Pixar movies are probably now only going to be on Disney Plus because there's no point to bring if
It's
if
tragic.
Disney's going to
they
bring
still hit the theaters, but it just nobody's really going to see these movies.
and it
in the
costs too
theaters.
much. It costs too much to make those movies to lose that amount. I think Buzz was like 100 and something million, to make,
Sheesh.
if not a little bit more, and they only made like 70, 80.
Yeah, so Lightyear opening weekend only did 50 mil. And
That's a
then
bomb.
and then second weekend it grossed only 17.7.
That's
saw-
a bomb.
I saw that in Pixar Pier. They had a guy cosplay as
Yeah, he was
Buzz.
Buzz, but he was
Regular?
a normal ass dude.
yeah.
He was a white boy with a comb over,
That's
bro.
great.
They're
Good for
getting
him.
lazy at Disney with these
They
costumes.
bro, they
There's no
made
more
it.
magic at Disney.
They made a TikTok of that guy dressed as Buzz, and then posted it on TikTok as if it was gonna blow up, like build hype, and everybody was just
I saw
clowning
that.
him in
I
the
was like,
comments,
this
bro.
looks like somebody who just showed up with a
He was like,
costume.
he just had his finger in the camera, like to infinity and beyond, and everybody was like, "The fuck is this guy doing?"
Yeah, yeah. It just like Disney has lost its magic because their CEO, Bob Chapek, or
Iger.
no, Bob Iger was fire.
it's a different
super
Bob?
fire. Yeah, it's a different Bob.
These
We have a different Bob, and he's been in charge for
They
a little
took him
while.
out to cryo sleep. Your turn, Bob.
He was
Look
he was
over
in
there.
charge during the pandemic, and he's the one that rose all the prices.
That's the guy. We'll
Nah,
post.
Jam Cam's looking up the white boy
We'll
right now
post
as we
this-
speak.
We'll post the photo. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Jay, if we could have that photo pop up when we're talking about it, that'd be fire.
Bro, we
Um,
should do a side by side. It's the Disney one, the one at Disneyland, like you versus the guy she
Yeah.
tells you not to worry about, and it's the actual Buzz Lightyear.
It was bad.
That'll be a good meme. But yeah, it just Disney has kind of lost its magic, and DreamWorks is they're coming through.
Hey,
I don't know, man.
Reset.
Illumination, dog.
Well, it's a subsidiary
Illumination's
of
up there.
Dream.
Yeah,
Basically,
yeah.
what
Yeah, they're the
Illumination is to
same.
DreamWorks is what Pixar is to
It's the
Disney.
same
Yeah, that's
thing,
fair.
yeah.
It's the same thing.
Illumination though is on it right now.
Are we
Yeah.
gonna go watch the opening day of Minions? Please?
Minions.
I
By the
can't
time that
wait,
this
dog.
drops, I think Minions will be out for the weekend. So
Yeah,
Oh, it comes out soon.
yeah. It comes out
Nice. I
a
like
couple
the
days
promo
after
for
this.
that.
Yeah,
It's pretty funny. Just random. Seeing minions there.
it's dope. Harkins has has for the Minions run. They have Minions. What is it? Not skee ball.
what? It's like an arcade game or a foosball?
Foosball. There we go. Thank you.
Oh,
There's
which
a-
Harkins?
Oh, that's
the one at
pretty dope.
Redlands. The one at Redlands.
Oh, that's pretty fun.
Actually, a foosball table made out of Minions is really cool.
Yeah, they're all
Like,
little minions.
Yeah,
on
that's
the-
awesome.
Banana.
Super dope. Banana.
I dig that. I dig that.
Can we
see.
talk about a good movie real quick?
Yeah,
What you
yeah.
got?
it's-
Talking about Black Phone, man.
Black
Oh,
Phone.
you're the only one who's seen this, so
Oh, really?
yeah.
Oh, dope. Okay.
Oh, I thought you saw it, Scott.
my time to
I'll
shine.
See it. I haven't had time to go.
Cine's time to shine. Let's go.
Go ahead.
No, man.
Tell us about it.
It's probably my favorite Blumhouse film. Just to say off the bat.
Okay.
There's a lot of bad ones.
Now, Blumhouse and A24, they're separate production
Yeah.
companies,
Separate production
right?
companies.
Okay, gotcha.
It's very easy to mix them up.
Yeah.
But it's cool
could be.
because the I think this is the first time I've seen this animation. But obviously, when the movie's about to start, you see all the production companies that worked on the film. Blumhouse made their new like opening sequence like all the movies they've worked on.
Like a Marvel.
Like it starts off with like Michael Myers, and it kind of morphs into different things.
Oh, they got like a dope intro.
Yeah, it's a really nice. It's the first time I've seen it.
Marvel opens up, it's all the
exactly. It's all the Marvel movies, stuff like that.
Or when
Blumhouse just did
Uncharted
that.
opened up and it had the PlayStation 1. That was fire.
Yeah, that one was cool.
You geeked about. I know
Bro.
you did.
Yeah,
Shit was so lit. Ghost of Tsushima, bro.
But yes,
game of all time.
so that they did that with Blumhouse. So I thought that was cool just to start off. The movie takes place in the late 70s. So right away you kind of already see like aesthetically how it's gonna be, from like the clothing and the way people kind of like talk and the language that's used, and just sets up the whole aesthetic of the movie. Considering the movie's been delayed for 2 years, it really met all my expectations, and I didn't have crazy high ones.
I was skeptical about it, and then when it came out and I saw it made 200 mil and people were giving it good reviews, I was like, okay.
What I
did
love
what it needed to do. Now I'm gonna watch it.
the star. Ethan Hawke wasn't even the star of the movie, bro, and he honestly didn't get that much screen time. And plus, he's wearing a mask majority of the movie. The only time you really see his face is towards the end of the movie when the mask gets taken off, and then at the beginning where he does his abductions. Yeah. So if you guys kind of get the
So who was the star of the film?
the lead kid,
Kid.
Okay.
he kidnaps multiple children. But of course, the concept of the Black Phone is based on a short story. Is that this one kid gets abducted? One hand, his sister. They don't have their mom. They live with their dad, who's an alcoholic. Their sister has dreams the way their mom did, meaning that her dreams come into fruition. She's able to have visions, see these things. On the latter, all the kids that were abducted before him, they're all dead, and they speak to him from the dead through the Black Phone.
Okay.
And they tell him, "Hey, if you look over there in the
from the trailer, that kind of gives it
in the
away a little bit.
bathroom, there's this underneath here. Grab that, and then figure out what I was doing with it." Or, "Hey, he took my bicycle lock. It's on the door. I wrote the code on the wall." And there's all these numbers, but she doesn't remember like the code of it, so he has to like figure out the code and all these different things. So it just to give you that, it was
old is
really
the
well
kid?
done. He was probably a freshman in high school, so like 13,
Okay.
14.
So it's like a find the clues you can escape type movie.
Find the clues you can escape. Definitely a thriller.
Supernatural. Seems
It's
like
cool because it was supernatural, but they didn't really touch on it. They touched on religion a lot because the way the sister would set up her dreams was inside of her dollhouse because their dad was an alcoholic because the mom died because of her dreams. She went crazy about them and ended up killing herself. As inside of her dollhouse, she hid a cross, a Bible, and the remember like the old logo that said like Jesus and it was the fish.
Yeah.
She has like one of those. She prays in front of it, prays to God, help her with her dreams, give her visions, this and that. Yeah, so it's cool because it's like a detective movie because you get a point of view from the detectives that are working on it.
Cool. I like that.
It's kind of like a horror movie because there is some jump scares, but they're not really like jump scares. It's just like the way the camera is moving and shot,
I'll let
things
you know
pop
if it jump
out.
scares. If my girlfriend jumps, this is a jump scare.
Oh no, there's a girl that screamed in my theater, so yeah.
like a good
My
measure.
girlfriend, we were watching Back to Jurassic World 2. Like a dinosaur like popped up and she got scared. I was like, it's not even that type of movie. But yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, it wasn't scary. Overall it was great. If it was like my brother used like because he watched it too with me. If you were to compare it to like hot wings, like it's like right in between like medium and like spicy, just like perfect.
That's a good.
Very
spice.
digestible for most people.
It's a spicy movie.
You're gonna enjoy it no matter what.
Wild.
Yeah, Ethan Hawke killed it. His role. I love seeing him as a villain.
Yeah,
I like the tone in which he's speaking. Like from some of the trailers, I think one of the more recent
Is
ones.
it
Now that the
similar
movie's
to
out.
his Moon Knight performance?
Yeah, it's like that kind of slower, more pronounced. At least from what I could tell from the trailers, with like a little bit of a.
He's very he's very off. Like he's not there.
Yeah,
he's not all there.
a little bit
So
of
it's
like
more
a-
sinister than it
Sinister
is
a great
him.
word.
It's him being more sinister
It's funny
compared
you say
to.
Sinister. Because Scott
Spoopy.
Dickerson did Sinister,
Mm-hmm.
and he directed the movie
Yeah.
Black Phone and Doctor Strange.
But other than that, it was a great movie.
Yeah, he did do
I will know I was hyping it up
direction.
to you guys. Definitely go watch it. Audience, watch it as well.
Ethan Hawke would actually play a good Mr. Sinister if they ever did that X-Men movie.
Honestly, man,
Well, he's
Ethan Hawke.
already.
I know he's already what's his name? Arthur.
I would love to do an
Don't
Ethan Hawke
remember his
episode soon, just
I think his
because
first name
like
was Arthur.
this movie, bro, like it made me like remember how good of a actor Ethan Hawke is.
Oh, good for him. I mean, he's seeing success and getting the bag. So.
I mean,
And also had a lot of funny moments. There's a lot of funny moments in the movie.
I think Moon Knight kind of helped it. You know, people seeing Moon Knight and like, damn, this guy's pretty
Yeah.
good. A lot of people obviously knew about Ethan Hawke, but
Yeah.
it's like, oh,
To me,
I forgot about this guy.
it's like when an artist has like two big upcoming features or like two big records coming out around the same time. It's like, yeah, I got the Drake feature.
I'm dead.
And I got like a big
Black
record coming
Phone-
out, you know, and like that's
Black
what
Phone
it is.
just happened to line up perfectly, I think. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like that happens, right? It's like
Yeah.
even in the music industry,
Yeah.
you know, you'll have a record that you're sitting on and then you have another record that's going to
Yeah.
come out and you
And
end
it
up
just
doing
all
it back
comes
to back
out,
and it all
yeah.
comes out together and it's like you're killing it. So
Yeah, so I gave Black Phone an 8.5. Great
Cool.
movie, great watch.
do you
you
think
guys
it's the
have-
best horror thriller movie of the year so far?
No, because I wouldn't even put it in that category.
What kind
X
of
is
category
up
do you put it
there.
in?
X is up there. X is probably the best horror movie.
You think X,
Um,
X is better than it?
Yeah, man, because there's only really one murder you see in this movie, and the rest are very just like you know it happened, but it doesn't show it on screen.
And if it's gonna be a horror movie, might as well
I would definitely call
You
it
know,
just
have
like
it
I would
be-
just call it. I would just put it in the suspense category.
suspense. Okay.
I would just call it very suspenseful.
Yeah, I mean that's usually what Scott Derrickson goes for, suspense.
Yeah.
I mean his most horror movie one was probably Sinister.
Yeah.
which is
So and then
pretty
it was very,
dark.
and then a lot of it goes
I
with to
hate
like
Sinister.
my movie theater experience was great. It was a sold out show. Literally the only row that was
dope.
open was the front row in front of the screen.
That's cool.
There's maybe like a few random seats,
People
but
are
aside from
really
that,
making their way back to the movie, and I love.
we
to
were
see
talking
it.
about that the other day, bro. It's just everybody
great.
wants to pop
it's a
out.
renaissance, you
Yeah.
know. Like, and I saw it coming when the pandemic started. All these movies started getting delayed. I was like, yeah, these.
It's definitely
movies are
hitting
gonna
its peak.
hit.
It's definitely hitting its
And
peak
it
compared.
kind of makes me sad because Tenet missed out on that.
I know.
I feel like what, Tenet should have just been delayed until 2022.
yeah.
Yep.
And
Yeah, I
it-
agree.
It would have. It got praise, but it would have just been so crazy if it.
Do you think
dropped
Tenet would be
altogether.
popping off right now if it dropped like in the past couple months?
Oh yes.
Yeah, it kind of makes me feel bad for John David Washington because like he had two movies. He had that Malcolm and Marie, and then he had that. But it happened in the pandemic, and like we haven't seen him since. And it's like I was hoping that
What
he'd
if
be
he's
getting
just
cast.
yeah? But what if he's eating off that money right now?
He's probably working for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, just the level you would have been.
Yeah.
on
Yes,
if
I know
those
what you
see
mean.
it.
came out
I
in
just want to
theaters.
see it more. You know,
And
That'd be
without the
great.
pandemic hitting, there was already so much momentum going in movies right before the pandemic. Like I was surprised how well, like it literally after Endgame movies, like we're like we got to step it up.
Yeah, I love
It caused a shift, and then it
Yeah.
stopped with the pandemic.
non-Marvel DC movies that are getting their praises right now. I love to see it. Again, especially this movie being packed out and having
Yeah.
a great theater experience. Like, how often you guys go to movies that aren't Marvel or DC films and everybody claps after the movie?
Not too often.
Everything everywhere. That's the
yeah,
last one.
man,
Okay.
that was like a standing ovation,
Yeah, for
bro.
real.
That's because you guys
So-
went and the people were there.
So
It
we
was
were
fire.
earlier. I don't know if we were talking about this off episode, but we were talking about how people are looking at second week numbers.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Which one of these movies do you think
had the best second week.
second
Had the
week?
best second week?
Probably Top Gun, but
I'll say Top Gun.
Yeah, Top Gun probably
I
has
think
that.
Black Phone has the potential to have a good second week.
Black Phone will
Probably,
probably
yeah.
hit the same first week numbers
Mm-hmm.
based off of word of mouth.
And that'll be good. What's the budget on that? Can you
I'll take a
that
look.
up
I got
real quick?
you.
I mean, I have the laptop here. But
Yeah.
You already on your phone.
Nah, it's really interesting how second week numbers, even in the music sense, like that's what's defining the value now
What?
because there's like so many opportunities
low
to pump
budget?
up. Oh, I'm sure. I mean, it's like
18
only like
million.
18 million. It's only like one room, isn't it?
Guess what they made in? No, it's only one
Yeah,
room,
what's-
yeah, but they
yeah.
film in a small town.
Okay,
What's it? What's it?
So far, it's at 36.7 million.
smooth.
36 points.
So they're basically doubling their
You
money.
double your money.
Yeah.
I think for
That's fire.
for a suspense horror film, making something along those lines.
The only locations you're going to see in this movie are the high school, the small town they're in, and that room, and maybe like one or two houses from the inside.
Yeah, I
That's
can
about
see it
it.
hitting like 25 to 30 mil. Second.
Yeah.
I see it hitting the same numbers
Yeah.
second weekend.
Well, yeah, no, good for them. It is
Lightyear-
about that second. It is about that second week because that proves the value. Like, first week is everything you did. Second week is everyone else does, you know, and that's what proves whether it's a good film or not.
Right.
Because your first week, you're pumping it with all this marketing, you're doing all this stuff, everybody wants to go see it.
Plus
But
replay
then,
value, rewatch value.
exactly.
value.
If it's fire, you have people that are going
I
back to the
definitely-
theater. You have people that are telling other people about it. Like, that's why, like, Top Gun Maverick was actually like descending as far as theaters that it was going to be in, but they like included a whole bunch of IMAX showings because of word of mouth. People
IMAX
just kept
showings
talking
were
about
fire.
it. People kept talking about it like, no, you need to see it again. And they were like, well, we only allotted for maybe 3 weeks of IMAX showings, and then it was kind of dwindle off. Like, let's do it for another 3 weeks and see what we do. And they hit 1 billion, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Billy.
if you guys go watch Black Phone, let me know. I'd definitely go watch it again.
for sure.
I wouldn't watch Lightyear again. So definitely I would go watch that.
Yeah.
So before we go, I do have an honorable mention. I did go see Men. It's one of the few movies.
How was
I
it?
saw
I heard
after.
mixed reviews.
It was very weird, but not in a bad way. Some things were confusing, but it's an art house movie, you know, so it's gonna be super weird. And I knew A24 was gonna hit us with this because, you know, they came out with Everything Everywhere, which was actually really good.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Marcel is coming out, which seems pretty straightforward. It's a little shell with shoes, whatever. And then X, you know, so all those movies are kind of straightforward. I knew they were gonna hit us with something that was totally left field. And me and my girlfriend went to go see it. It's like a suspense, you know, whatever. It's cool. It kind of has horror aspects. It's more psychological. If
Yeah.
anything. But yeah, ending was super weird. I'm still kind of trying to decipher.
Yeah, me and Gnarly were talking
was
about
it
it.
about a lot of men?
Yes, it was about what
Men.
men are like to women.
Got it. Okay.
But in the movie, the men was the same face, pretty much saying every man is the same.
it's the same.
I don't
was
like
it
this
was
movie.
it directed by a woman?
I believe so.
Got it.
This movie.
It was.
I feel
decent.
I feel
It'll hit Apple
subjectified.
TV because A24 has a contract with Apple TV.
This movie sound like my ex.
X
Ah.
and then Hustle, which I haven't seen. It's
Bro,
another
Yes.
honorable mention.
yo.
Honorable mention.
Quick, yeah.
Shout out my man Adam Sandler. He basically did another Uncut Gems, but with
Better.
basketball.
Without
better,
killing himself.
better,
And
bro.
without the anxiety of like the way that Uncut Gems was filmed, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like they filmed it and edited it to cause anxiety.
What helps so much too is people being fans of Adam Sandler and knowing he plays ball and loves
Yeah.
basketball.
Yep.
You get drawn to it, bro. It caught me off guard. Like, it was
He's
such-
really good.
They definitely filmed during the NBA season, and it was just dope that they brought in real NBA
Yeah, I
Players.
saw
you know,
Anthony
players
Edwards is in there.
and people. Anthony Edwards, Kenny the Jet Smith is in there, plays a
Boban.
character. They have Boban in there, and they have just
the
other
main
basketball
character, right?
players.
The
main
Mexican
character
player.
The main character.
Latino?
I mean,
He's-
he plays for Spain, but I don't think he's actually.
No, he's in the NBA. He played for Boston for a cool minute.
Oh, he did.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
He
What was
in
his
the
name?
NBA.
Juan
Okay.
Hernandez, I think.
Yeah,
Hernan Gomez. Oh my god. Hernan
Gomez. So shout out Hernan Gomez because he played the story was really cool.
for Spain. Yeah.
Yeah, and Adam Sandler, just he plays like that.
Oh, you know what I do remember?
That
this
regular
player.
guy. He's really finding his character, for dramas.
Yeah.
Where he has the comedic timing of Adam Sandler, but he's like a serious version of Adam Sandler, and I feel like it's just
His
It's
name
really
is Juancho Hernan Gomez. His full name.
Juancho.
Juancho.
Yeah.
not only that, bro.
Anthony
Queen
Edwards needs to
Latifah.
be in more.
Nah,
in
bro.
more
Queen
movies.
Latifah was in the movie as Adam Sandler's wife, and I haven't seen a Queen Latifah movie in so long, and I missed her.
You don't
bro.
watch The Equalizer?
Actually, I
new
heard
one?
The Equalizer was actually really good with Queen Latifah, but no one watches
Old
it.
people watch that show.
Yeah, I heard it was great. But I like that too because that's really Adam Sandler-ish
Yeah.
to have
Yeah.
Queen Latifah as his wife, but they didn't make it a
He didn't
comedic
have
thing.
his usual cast of buddies.
No,
No, Rob
Not
Schneider
even
was
one?
nowhere to be found.
No David Spade.
No David Spade.
no
none of
Kevin
that.
James. Nah, nope.
It's just he's.
It was
he's
fire,
doing
bro.
his thing.
No Eva Longoria.
No,
No, you're talking about what's her name?
Wait, is that
Salma
that's not
Hayek.
it? Salma Hayek, same person.
Hello? No, it's
They're
not.
not.
Disrespectful.
That's extremely disrespectful.
the same person.
Salma
I just wanna
Hayek's Ajax, bro.
I just want to say
with me.
the claims of Skywalker Mike did not reflect those of Ace, Sincere, and Key.
Nope. Not at
So
all.
The what?
The claims
the claims.
claim.
that they are the same people.
Oh,
You tripping. That's what we're saying.
I
Pretty
missed what
much.
she said. All right.
It's all right. But nah, Hustle was really dope. You know, it was a great basketball film. Anthony Edwards did his thing.
Yeah, watch it. It's on Netflix.
It's on
Yeah,
Netflix.
it's on Netflix.
It's a good
Definitely
2
go check
hours.
it out.
It was like 2 hours.
Yeah, I
right?
mean, it's a solid movie. Like,
I've
you
been
know,
holding off to watch it because I feel like when I watch it, I'm gonna want to go play some basketball.
you will.
absolutely.
You will.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, I don't want to watch it at night and then like have that itch to go.
His
play.
legs start
Oh,
twitching.
Yeah, because it will happen.
Hey, we'll come. Hey, we're playing tomorrow. You know
Where or what time?
It's at 9:00. Hit me up. Shoot me a
9
text.
a.m. or
No, PM. We play at night inside.
okay, yeah,
Inside Jam.
Yeah, I'm down.
So watch it at 6:30.
Yeah.
So you're done by 8:30. So you can go
Yes.
play ball at night.
And then hit me
Gotcha.
up. Hit me up. It'd be a good time.
Alrighty.
But yeah, Hustle's really dope. So definitely check it out. It's on Netflix
I
now.
gave it a 8.2.
Yeah, I give it an 8. I give it an 8 as well.
Great movie.
that's good.
Before we go, what we haven't done in a while because there's so much happening. We got so many shows that have been coming
There's
out.
actually good shows coming out.
There's great shows coming out right now.
Tons.
So we're gonna give our streaming suggestions. I'll start off. Miss Marvel is my favorite
It's a good
Disney
one right
Plus
now,
show
man.
out of all of them.
That's a bold statement.
It's a great statement. I
still put
stand by
low-key
it.
up there, bro.
I am
Yeah,
no
me
longer a WandaVision fanatic. This yeah. Miss Marvel, go watch it. Great show.
Something
Episode
just
4
about
dropped.
it. I guess because it's street level, but you would have thought Hawkeye would have had this feel,
Yes.
but it didn't.
It
Not
didn't.
at- not
Hawkeye
at
didn't
all.
at all. It's the chemistry between Jeremy Renner and Haley Steinfeld. Didn't do it for me.
Yeah, I think so. I
It's
think that's what it
interesting
was.
because I also think because this is the second Disney show that we're getting a new
New character.
superhero, right?
Yeah.
And I think Moon Knight was a little bit more serious.
So much CGI though.
you know,
too.
and
Bro,
a
you know
lot
what's
of
crazy
CGI. This
is
one
that-
relies on the acting skill and the storytelling.
Yeah.
And then we're getting a side of
Even
not
more
only the
impressive.
Marvel universe, but we're also getting, really in depth. And I hope, because I can't speak for people of the Muslim faith, but I hope that it's accurate representation of their lifestyle and what they go through. Because it seems like that they're doing it with a lot of
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting.
I
you
mean,
know?
they're showing so many holidays, the religious holidays that they celebrate.
Yeah.
and a lot of them I
and
didn't
just the
even know.
traditions. yeah.
Numbers were released from Culture Crave, one of the pop culture Twitter accounts, stating that the number of under 18 black and brown Indian communities of all Disney Plus shows, has the highest.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, it's
So
it's catering to them.
the representation is there, the story's there, the build up is there, especially it being attached to the upcoming phase. Not only that, but I forget the actress's name, but she's so into Marvel, bro. Like
She has never acted in a movie or
Yeah.
show
Yeah.
before this, which is
great.
Well, you said they depend on the acting. I was like,
Yeah.
that is impressive.
she did
Yeah.
a press run where someone was like, "All right, name off all the Phase 4 films." She named all of them. Guess
She
what? She
missed
missed.
Captain
She missed
Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
Oh, that's she's bluffing.
It was hilarious.
She was so excited. She was trying to list them off all quick.
She was like, "I think that's all of them," and they're like, "You missed Captain Marvel." She's like,
and,
"Ah."
and Ant-Man, I think she missed too.
No, she said Ant-Man, but
She loves Ant-Man too.
it's great because I love the whole backstory of Kamala Khan. If you played the Avengers game, you kind of know semi of the background of it, or even if you read comics and understand it, understand
Yeah.
the
We're-
dynamic of her story.
We're definitely going to talk about the show.
Yeah.
When it's
Once the
closer
season's
to
over,
being
we could
released.
probably do a
We'll
quick dive
probably
on
do a
it.
quick dive on it for sure.
But yes, go
And,
watch it.
Yeah, I think it was really dope. Just a quick tidbit: the actor who plays Bruno was one of the front runners to play Spider-Man.
Yes.
Oh,
Before
okay.
Tom Holland got it.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
once I learned that, I was like, oh, okay, cool.
now-
Like he could have been it, but obviously he does. It would have been a different
He would
movie.
have been
Like he doesn't have the.
He would have been a younger Spider-Man.
And he wouldn't have had that kind of star power. I feel like they would have shot it differently.
Not only
Like,
that-
Homecoming would have been dope, but I can't see him in
Past
Infinity
that.
War. You know what I mean?
Not only that, he wouldn't have been able to pull Zendaya. So
Yeah. I mean, we just don't talk about Bruno anymore. So
Yeah,
it's okay.
that's true. That's true. But definitely go and see Miss Marvel. For me, my recommendation for streaming is on HBO Max. It is Winning Time, the Laker dynasty. It is about
Fire.
the 1979 to 1980 basketball season with Magic Johnson joining the Lakers. getting drafted to the Lakers, and it's an extreme dramatization of the events that happen. Super exaggerated. It's directed by Adam McKay, which we know how Adam McKay gets down with The Big Short or Don't Look Up or Step Brothers. It has John C. Reilly that's in it.
Super fire.
I think Will Ferrell is one of the producers. I love Will Ferrell as a producer. I hate him as an actor.
I love Will Ferrell.
I think he's great at finding talent and finding good shows because he also did Succession as a producer.
Did you touch my drum set?
But him as an actor makes me upset, and
It's because you don't
not
find
funny.
you don't
I
like his
find him
comedy.
funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You don't
But
find
he
it,
knows how to like select things to do.
Have you ever seen that Will Ferrell movie where he's a basketball player?
Semi-pro.
Semi-pro.
Yeah, it was trash.
Yeah, man, he got black coffee in it. Shout out Andre
Hilarious.
3K. Oh, is it coffee black? Same thing.
Coffee black. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane. But Winning Time is really dope. Again, it's an exaggeration. I mean, John C. Reilly plays Dr. Buss, and it's
How do
it's
they
just
feel?
great.
How does the family feel about that movie
Oh, they hate it.
or the show?
I think that they hate it. I think Magic hates it. I think Jeannie Buss hates it. I mean, it's interesting because so much happens.
How do they do a show like that without?
That's what I'm wondering. It's like, how do you do this show
Without getting
where
sued?
Getting consent,
yeah, like is there something that you get because is it likeness, not likeness,
or is it like public forum, like anybody? It's enhanced.
I'm not too sure. I would love to know the business behind doing a show like this. All I know is that Magic Johnson came out and said that he doesn't condone the show, and that he also came out with like his own documentary around the time that the show premiered, so that he
Yeah, on
can
Apple
kind of
TV,
tell
right?
his story of what was going on because they portray him as like
think-
womanizing and like
I think
He got
they-
AIDS, so
They
here.
probably were like, you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll greenlight it, but I don't approve it. I just want the money.
Yeah, and I think that they're going to make a second season because this is just about his rookie season winning the
Yeah.
ring. And it's something that they could continue to do, and they kind of show like with Kareem.
I
and
haven't seen it, but I have seen my dad watch it. Looks
I
cool.
just love the idea of recreating sports shows like
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to be a movie. Like it can drag,
Yeah.
especially if it's like wow. It's just that you're
It's-
messing with real
it's
people. That's the
hard.
only thing.
Yeah, it's hard
And you
because
can
of
ruin their
that,
lives.
but it also depends on the franchise. The
Yeah, I
Lakers
mean,
are just so iconic.
I think a Yankees one could happen.
Yankees won't be fire.
I think a Red Sox one could happen. You know, like they can do it with a few like dynasties and stuff.
That'd
like
be
that,
cool.
you know?
That'd be cool. Like Winning Time, Lakers dynasty. Winning Time, Red Sox. That'd be
Yeah,
dope. That's fire.
I think if they switch it up every season, kind of like a True Detective, you know, and they do it, that would be cool. But I
kinda
would
like
also
a-
like them to continue with the
like
Lakers
an American
story
Horror
because-
Story, but Winning Time.
Yeah, and like shout out Kobe, like he was in it as a kid, like as like a baby,
Nice.
you know, and it was like a really quick
Baby Kobe.
thing,
Yeah.
and it makes you once you watch the show, it makes you want to double check everything to see like what's
Fact check.
actual facts and what's not, like what's the
that real?
dramatization. Did that actually happen?
Yeah.
Like
I
you
feel
know,
you.
but
Did Magic Johnson get AIDS?
yes, he actually did, but he probably is free of them now. I don't know.
Who knows?
How does it
Who
work?
knows?
Who knows?
Well,
It's interesting.
my
You listen well.
my streaming suggestion is Umbrella Academy season 3.
I'm gonna have to
Okay.
catch up on it, bro, because you and Dice keep telling me to watch Umbrella Academy, and I just
The
haven't.
show is so good. It's just I love season 2 is one of my favorites because they go back in time, and like some of them want to save JFK from being shot. Some of them don't want to alter the past. They end up altering the past, and in season 3 they go back to the original timeline,
And it's all different.
and it's all different. They weren't born because they messed with the past timeline, and
That's what I saw because it was
pretty
like,
crazy. It's
oh,
kind of like
we're-
a superhero.
like this is our
show.
home. What do you mean this is your home? And it wasn't the Umbrella
Yeah,
Academy,
it's the
right?
Sparrow Academy.
and this
that
is based
Skywalker
off
British
of
accent, huh?
off of its own comic, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
I'll double check that. But I mean, the show is just so cool because the actors. I'm already invested. You know,
Yeah.
I care about these actors, and then they bring in new actors and characters with new powers, so that's fun. You know, and we get an original character who has been dead from the first season, but now he's actually alive in the third season.
It's interesting.
And he's like probably like the most powerful because he pretty much can summon like a squid from his body, but he just has tentacles and he's pretty strong.
No, that's
It's
great.
You know how to make an
Ben, if
octopus
you know what I'm
laugh?
talking about. How?
You give it tentacles.
Tentacles.
Wow.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm gonna throw that one in the dad joke back pocket.
Let's go. It's your boy.
That's crazy.
But no,
Jalen came and gave me the dad nod. I'm dead.
yes, it is comics. So yeah, it's
Okay.
pretty good. I mean, if you watch it from the first season, then, I mean, it's cool. I've been watching it little by little. I usually binge watch shows on Netflix, but for some reason, I'm like, let me just take this one an episode a day or every other day. You know?
Okay.
And then 2 honorable mentions that I'm sure we all agree on. One being The
Yeah.
Boys.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
The Boys is back.
Boys.
Was seeing it all over Twitter. I
Oi.
spoiled it before I started watching the season. And then number 2, Stranger Things, my boy. Stranger Things is part 2 is dropping. Is it this
Volume
upcoming
2's
week?
I do not
July
know.
1st.
Season 4,
July
part
1st.
2. Okay,
Yeah,
July
so it'll be
1st.
this Saturday.
Friday.
This Friday.
Friday.
This Friday.
I'm hyped. Dude, they should have released it in theaters. It
So
would've-
apparently,
would've
part
been
2,
crazy.
part 2 of the season supposed to be
Netflix
only
is
like
running
2
out
or
of money. They cannot
yeah, I know.
afford it.
It's
They
about
just laid
2.
off
It's
a whole
about
bunch
2
of
or 3
people.
episodes, but each episode is gonna be about 2 hours each, 1.5 to 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Netflix better
that's a
get it together
movie.
because right after Stranger Things, they don't got nothing.
Apparently, there's a season 5, but I don't.
Yeah, they have a season 5 coming. It's gonna be a time jump though, so they're not gonna film for a few years.
That's
at
great.
least, which they already did.
Which
wait
is a
few
good thing
years.
for them to do because
Because
the
they
kids
wanna-
are aging. They're
yeah.
in that puberty stage where it's like they're changing
I think,
rapidly.
I think
Yeah.
season 5, early prediction, season 5 is gonna be their senior year because right now they're barely freshmen.
Yeah, Will aging with the bowl cut is just not. It's not it, dog.
Yeah, like you can't. He should have been grown that out.
Yeah,
All right, cue the Kate Bush song. We're out of here.
running up that hill.
All right,
Only
thanks,
if I
thanks for tuning
could.
back in, guys. We appreciate.
Oh, we missed you
y'all.
guys. Be sure to tap in with us on all Soundflick Pod on socials. Follow us on our individual socials at Skywalker Mike, at A Sincere, at
Key McKenzie.
Key McKenzie, my
yeah.
guy. And also, if you like how we sound, just love what we do overall, be sure to check out our friends at productiveculture.com/podcast. Let them know that the
Yeah.
Soundflick Boys sent you so you can start up your own podcasts. But other than that, we will see you guys soon. Quick dive, quick
Peace.
dives, episodes, all that good stuff. Love y'all.
Peace.